Taylor Swift is one of the smartest people in the music industry. She's very calculating, or she at least has a lot of people around her that is very calculating. And the fact that she turned down what to majority of musicians is one of the greatest opportunity for promotion. Matter of fact, I think the Super Bowl, right, is the only like show that does not pay the performer, because the amount of exposure that you're gonna get at least what 50, potentially upwards of 100 million eyes on you and your music. It's the single greatest promotion that could ever happen in your career. And she turns it down. She turns it down because she says that I assume a lot of copyright issues that's going on with her. So she wants to re-record all her albums. So I assume all her songs too. So I guess she's trying to say that, oh, okay, I can't perform anything yet, just in case, any company, any individual come at me for some copyright issues because of some like literally like, now you literally can't say anything because like apparently anybody can come sue you for it. Some two-bit lawyer, somebody can just go grab some like jail host lawyer to come try to sue you over some situation, like something that you may have said, something that you may have like this is ridiculous, right? But it's very curious to me that like she turned it down. Like I'm wondering, like, does she know, like, because nowadays I notice like a lot of sports have been used or been used by certain individuals for to make certain political statements and all this stuff. So I assume, like, is she sort of like, this is like maybe like some sort of like catch 22 where she's like, okay, if I perform, I can get potentially copyrighted, but also I may not necessarily want my brand in front of like certain things that's maybe like a hot topic right now. Like I'm wondering, like, maybe her managers, her handlers, the Illuminati, know that she's like what the best asset they have right now. So they're like trying to prevent her from going into certain into potentially hot spot places like the NFL where you don't wanna say certain things, or because everybody, the polarizing nature of today's media, like, like last thing you want, I'll assume last thing I guess her and her handlers want is that in the middle of a performance some sort of political statement is made, and that may impact her and her revenues and her audience and whatnot, like may get mad or whatever it is. I'm wondering, like, because she's very very calculating, man, like very very like she's almost like, I assume like she's one of the last people I think in the music industry that's like the old school type of like musical artists where it's like they're very well handled, they have a script and they must follow the script word for word, like, majority of people, like, she's a person that comes out like sort of like almost like very robotic, and I feel like it's just not necessarily just a copyright issue that's going on. I feel like it's the NFL or just sports in general could is potentially, like, you know something that's just like sort of waiting to happen, like, because once again, as I was saying, like, something may happen during the NFL, like where she feels like, or her and her handlers feel like it may reflect negatively, or you know it's just something that I guess is to her, I am already so popular, I am already so well known. The NFL, yes, it may boost me slightly a little bit, especially like immediately afterwards people probably go stream her music, but the potential for somebody or some group to say or do something during her performance may impact her, I guess, in a way that she or her handlers doesn't want because I assume she doesn't want to offend certain people or like, you know, go against certain things or even being seen adjacent or standing with or against anything like you know what I mean like I just feel like her and her people are just very very calculating and very very like I'm not saying this is bad, I'm just saying that it's just very curious. A few people will ever turn down a Super Bowl performance because the benefit that can possibly come from it, but here she stands turning it down because of apparently having to record all of her albums again.